All right. You know from being here for a while that I always give it to you straight. And you know, if you look, just entertain me for a second. Let's look together, okay? Let's observe together. Are you guys looking? You're looking, right? All right. You see what I see, right? Do you see what I see? I see an arcade that needs a lot of help. It is super ugly. And you guys know that it is, but you don't say it, right? It's like you look back, you look at certain angles, you look from above, and it's still not very good looking. Well, that's because it's not. But hey, when I have a situation that's this bad, and I mean bad, there's one person in all of the arcade universe that you call. And do you know who that is? Do you know who that is? That man is Joe Szabo. All right, so let's get right to it. How am I going to play Street Fighter 4 on the Atgames Legends Ultimate? So you're going to use their Steam service, which is part of their BYOG option. So when you do this, you are paying by the hour, and there's a 10-hour plan, a 20-hour plan, and I believe a 40-hour plan. And I'll have those on the screen so you can see the cost of them. So once I spin this up, it spins up a cloud instance for me, and it allows me to access my Steam account. So I can see all my Steam games. Now, if you haven't installed it, you do have to install it locally to their server, and then you can play it, no problem. And their servers are connected fairly quick, so it will download games very quickly. So you're not using your internet connection here. You're using, theirs to the cloud to actually download the game. Anyways, once you get the game downloaded, you can play it here. If for some reason the resolution doesn't appear to be taking up the whole screen, you need to go over to options and set it to 1280 by 720p. And then if you do that, you'll be good to go. So let's fire it up and play a quick round real quick. So you'll notice at 1280 by 720, the latency stays low enough to maintain 60 frames per second. So this is pretty good, but keep in mind you are paying for this service. So alternatively, I'll show you can actually play this game locally. If you have a decent enough local network, you can actually stream it from a Steam instance locally, and you don't have to worry about the service where you're paying for it. But either way, there's really multiple ways you can play this game on this platform. Okay, so alternatively, if you want to use local streaming, there's an option. It's called ArcadeNet Link, and the software is Windows-based, and it's available on Atgames' website. So what this is really doing is it's creating a local connection so that you can actually stream anything from your local PC over to your Atgames Legends Ultimate. So in this case, we're going to do Steam, but we're going to do it locally. So your actual desktop will show up, and I'll show you where you go on the arcade cabinet to actually achieve this. Okay, so once you go over to your Atgames, you'll see now something called Home PC. That's the name I named it. You can name your PC anything in that software, and it will pop up there. So now you're literally looking at your desktop. So I'm on the Legends Ultimate, but I'm looking at my desktop. So I'm going to use that keyboard and mouse again to navigate over to Steam. I'm going to launch Steam, and then once I launch Steam, I can actually select whatever game I want. In this case, it's going to be Street Fighter 4. And then from there, I'm pretty much good to go. You will notice a lot of times at startup, the game will be windowed. Again, just hit Alt and Enter on your keyboard and it'll put you full screen again. So what's your motivation to doing it locally? There's a couple things. One, you're going to bypass the hourly rate that Atgames charges, so you don't have to worry about that. And the second one is if you have a higher powered machine, you can pretty much pump up the graphics as high as you want and it should look great. Also, your latencies will be lower, so you shouldn't have any real issues with the gameplay with any lag whatsoever with it being local. So just food for thought. You may want to do that if you want to save yourself on the money and have a slightly better experience. All right, it's final thoughts time. So what do I think about this kit by Joe Szabo? So here's one thing that's really awesome. He's just innovation all over the place. This is really cool. It's actually an overlay that goes over your stock control panel. And the reason why I did that makes it so much easier to install. And right here, same thing. Plexi overlay that goes over the monitor as the monitor bezel. That just simplifies the whole entire process. And honestly, they didn't really build this cabinet very well for upgrades like this, so it's almost like you had to do these little things in order to make a kit that really worked for most people. As far as the marquee goes, that looks like a standard marquee, but he did something really cool where he made it just the lettering light up in the middle, because otherwise you end up with just the center of the artwork lit up, and that's kind of lame. It doesn't look very good. That's how the stock marquee looks. So really cool there. And then the paper he uses is this Orajet Rapid Air paper. It makes the install really simple. And another thing that he did here that was really quite interesting addition is he made it so that the graphics are exactly to size. And the reason why he did that is because there's T-molding on this cabinet that isn't real T-molding. It's actually glued on. So you would have had to, if you were going to print this with overage, you'd have to cut it, but you'd have to take off all your T-molding, glue it back on. No one's going to do that. And who knows if it's even going to be able to stick back on again. So another like really cool innovation that he added to the kit to make it easy. So overall, I thought this was really awesome, and he just added so many of these little touches where he was really thinking about like, how can I make this simple for the person that has to do the install. The overlay itself was genius. I love it. But anyways, tell me what you guys think of this. So put your comments below. I want to know, would you get this? Does this actually make the Legends Ultimate not so ugly and it makes something that you actually want to put in your arcade room? I want to hear that. The other thing is, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Also, consider subscribing to the channel. But that's it for now, guys. I will have all the links in the description. I will have links to a coupon code for Joe Szabo. I will also have links to this kit directly and all that. So that's it. We will see you on the next one.